have Brant Collins with me today, but a guest and co-host. I'm actually have JP. JP HIGHTEK is here with me today, and he's gonna be guest hosting with me, and he's actually the guest. Thank you, sir, for doing double duty today.
Oh, not a problem, man. It's a pleasure to be here. Excited, man. This is what we do, so let's make this happen. Absolutely.
I know it, right? I know it. So, hey, JP, let me ask you this question, man. So, during the countdown, of course, Brent and I, we just kind of catch up. You know, we talk during the week all the time, so the countdown is another way that we kind of catch up. Talk about family stuff, not business, just family stuff. How was your Thanksgiving?
Man, good question, right? Thanksgiving was good, man. Thanks for asking. It was an amazing time with family and friends. We had a lot of fun. I actually had some guests over to my house. When I say guests, I'm talking about family, right?
Gotcha.
Came over and, I cooked. I actually made the turkey, right?
Did you?
Yes,
are you doing
yes,
the fried turkey in the whole nine, or what? How did you do it?
No, it was baked. Baked it
Gotcha.
in the oven, right? Of course, seasoned the whole thing, salting out the whole thing, put it in all the kept it together, right? Put it in the oven for a few hours. Actually 3.5 hours when the turkey was super tender and everything. And I did the cutting, right? Once it was ready, brought it out, cut it, put it in a nice pan so everybody can serve themselves. I actually love cooking. A lot of folks don't know that.
I did not know that. That's what's up, man. I say that there's two types of people in the earth. There are cookers and then there are eaters. I so happen to be on the eating side. I don't want to cook a thing. I want to go eat. I can buy it. My wife is a great cook, so thank God for her, because I can't cook. I can cook spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? I can do that. I cook hot dogs. That's right, something I don't even eat hot dogs, but if I had to, I can cook me a mean hot dog. You know what I'm saying? I can even do the fire on the grill. I just don't know when all the food's done. I don't know what's done. So
I hear you.
My wife helps me with all that kind of stuff. So I had a great time with family as well for Thanksgiving. We actually have this game that we started to play as a family. It's called Rubik's Cube. And I wish I could actually write out all the, how it's spelled, because I can't remember how it's spelled, but Rubik's Cube. And it's like a tile game, like domino tiles, but they have numbers on them. And kind of math, kind of Uno, domino, kind of a mixture of a game. And it's really cool for families to play. So my family has, I guess I can say we're a board game kind of family, but it's quick games.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's cool. It was good. You eat, you tell stories, and then we played the game. And it was really, really cool just to kind of hang out with family. During the pandemic, we did it. Thanksgiving last year, we were together, but everybody was really it was a short Thanksgiving. We were still kind of cautious. Everybody was wearing masks, and my parents were there, and we were just really trying to be cautious. But this one, man, we really had a great time and just enjoyed each other for a couple of hours, and it felt really, really good to do that.
Yeah, honestly, if you're as busy as some of us are, you will enjoy just, taking a step back, unplugging, and just connecting with family. But one question that a lot of times we don't talk about, I wanted to ask you is, what did you do the day after Thanksgiving? Right.
The day after Thanksgiving? That's a good question. So I made it back to the house, and JP, I don't think I did anything.
See, that's a good question.
I don't think I did anything. So I may have did a little bit of work, a little bit of editing, video editing, but I didn't go live. I know I did some graphics work. I got this Christmas shopping spree thing that I'm doing for kids here in Birmingham, and I took some time just to kind of straighten up some graphics and on that, and send out, make some posts and send out some things on that.
Yeah, actually, normally I will work, but I actually came in the studio. I was gonna work, actually the studio, but studio office. Came in there. I was gonna work for a few hours, but ended up staying in here just for a couple of hours and unplugged the whole day. I went ahead and took a nap with my wife, and that was it, brother.
That's what's up. That's how you do. I love it. I love it. I love it. You cannot beat the countdown. When the show starts, the show starts. You know how we do it with Ecamm. I definitely want to say hello to my man, Richard. Happy Sunday to you too, sir. Thanks for hanging out with us. And none other than my man, Alicio Way. We are live, or we live.
We live.
That's cool,
Shout
man.
Shout out to y'all, family. Shout out to y'all. Excited to be here with you guys today, this Sunday. And yeah, Richard, happy Sunday to you as well. This is a good time to connect.
So let me do this. If you're watching us from wherever you're watching us from, because we're all over the place right now, whether it's in the Ecamm community, the stream show, or on one of the channels that JP has, thank you guys. Put it in the comments where you're from, where you're watching us from, and I will appreciate it. Steve Worthy says, what's up, Strick and JP? Thank you, Steve, man, for hanging out with us tonight. We're going to have a good show tonight. I do want to say this. Big shouts out to my man, Brant Collins. He couldn't make it tonight, had a family issue, but our thoughts and our prayers are with Brant. And that being said, JP is standing in his stead as the co-host and also our guest for today. So he's going to do double duty for me. And in saying that, we want to go ahead and jump into a segment that we call Behind the Stream. And what I'm going to do right now is actually get started into Behind the Stream. JP, we're just going to go through the whole set that you have going on as far as your production set, which I think is super cool. I had an opportunity to see it already, guys. It is way cool. So you're going to enjoy this. So right now, Behind the Stream, powered by Ecamm. So here we go. I have him. JP HIGHTEK is here with us today for Behind the Stream with Ecamm. Listen, this is probably one of the parts that I like doing in our program more than anything else, is actually talking to our guests and our streamers and saying, hey, how do you project what you do so well? What are you using? What cameras you're using? What lights are you using? So now we'll get a chance to kind of go down the list with you, JP, and talk about what you're using in your setup. So let me see if I can get you full screen here and we can go down the list. I want to start with your audio because, man, you always sound so really good. You sound so good.
I appreciate that. All right. Absolutely. First of all, thanks for having me, right? Very excited whenever I have an opportunity to connect, to share, to serve, and just to help, people have a different perspective on the things that we do. And so I'm excited to be here today talking about audio, right? The first thing you're looking at right here. So let me go ahead and bring this camera in, the side angle camera. So this is, as you can see, the Shure SM7B that I'm using as my microphone, right? And that is paired with the Rodecaster Pro. If I were to go to the overhead camera shot right here, let me go ahead and wake it up, right? So as you can see, I have my Rodecaster Pro right here. And I love it, right? I love it. It's on the the Rode PSA swivel arm.
Okay.
And that's what I'm using to power this audio. And I love it, right? Because, hey, it just makes it happen whenever you want to have that crystal clear microphone. For the folks that also follow me, my followers know that besides this, I also have the Pro Caster, which is the broadcast Rode microphone, which is my secondary microphone that I have as well for my podcast. So depending on my mood, I would say, or what I'm doing, if I'm traveling or what have you, I will have those as well with me, right? Also, one thing that I wanted to show folks that I have on my desk here is these bad boy right here. So let me go ahead and bring him on. And these are pretty cool. And these are the lavalier, mic from Rode.
Right.
And what's cool about this is that whenever you're traveling, you can actually connect these to your sound system and wirelessly connect it and have a good audio whenever you're walking around or doing something on the go. So I have a lot of Rode gadget, and just that Rode has been doing some great stuff. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that as well. So talking about audio, that is what I got going on.
I love it, man. Such detail. So let's try this. So now do talk about your audio, man. Your picture looks so really good. What camera you using? What kind of lens are you using? Can you go through the different cameras that you have?
Absolutely, absolutely. So this main camera that you're looking at me on, this is the Sony A6100, and this is paired with the 16 millimeter f2, right? Sigma 16 millimeter f2 lens, and that's why you're looking at me straight right now. This is it.
Gotcha.
Now, whenever I switch it and I put the overhead camera, now on top there, that camera. Let me change the angle so you guys can see. Actually, that camera, let me see if I can get out of the way. He's not showing. Let me see if this one will show you. Okay, yeah. As you can see at the top there, there's a tripod right there. Okay. And that tripod is holding a G7, right? Panasonic G7. That's what is at the top right there. And he's angled down at me, giving me this, side shot that you see showing my decks right here, just like this. So this is what I'm using in order for you guys to see here. In just a minute, I will share with you guys how I'm able to bring so many cameras onto the set. Because as we know, there are different ways to do it depending on the size of your studio. You don't necessarily have to have that directly in the same dock, which I don't have. So I'll tell you guys in a minute. But this, believe it or not, this is my iPhone. This side camera right here is my iPhone.
Is it 12 or 13?
This is a 11. This is the iPhone 11. Yeah, the 11 Pro. That's what I have right here. And you'll be able to see it right there, the red phone right there, right? Just against that Joby tripod. I just put it right there. And one important thing, tip for the folks that may want to be using their phone as a side camera is you want to make sure it is always plugged, because depending on that, it will, it loses battery fast, right? Even though the actual phone itself does have good quality audio, quality video and then battery, right? But whenever you're using it as a side camera during the live stream, the last thing you want is for your camera to turn off, right? So, which is the reason why a lot of time we'll use those dummy batteries. Well, there's no dummy battery for a cell phone. So what you want to do is make sure you plug it somewhere and it's on the side. You don't have to worry about, it turned off or anything like that. So that will be that side angle that I have positioned here. And now, of course, the very back, at the very, very back of my studio, actually for the folks that do not know, this is my garage that I transformed into my studio, right?
Gotcha.
So the very back there, I have the GH5, right? The GH5 on the Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter f2, and that is what I have right there. Just have it dialed in a little bit, zoomed in a little bit, so that I can show all of this that you guys are looking at. So talking about camera wise, those are the cameras that I have connected right here, right now.
I love it. I love it. Go ahead. I don't want you to miss it. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I just wanted to, continue to the next segment, which is, how, before I talk about lighting, how am I connecting all these cameras?
And that's the question that came up. Samurai asked the question, JP, how are you connecting all of these devices to your Mac? So there you go.
Yep. Yeah, fantastic questions. And this is the type of things that we do to help clients. So I love that question. So I'm using a solution a lot of folks know called NDI, right? NDI allows you to connect multiple devices on your same network, regardless of the device you're using, right? So for example, my phone, I have the NDI application on my phone that I'm using. So that allows me, of course, I pay I believe $19.99, $20 for that application, and that transforms my phone into a camera, right? Even though your phone normally has a camera, you won't be able to have the clean, the clean feed that it has right now. So that changes it, and you have a clean feed wirelessly, right? You don't have to connect it to your computer or anything wirelessly. Your network, your computer will pull it up because it's connected to the same Wi-Fi or the same internet.
Right.
Now, using the same technology, using NDI tools and NDI scan converter, I connected my other computers, my other camera on my other computer. So as you can see, there's this computer right here. So this is the computer that has the NDI tools, right? And with that camera that is showing the top-down shot. So I connected it, of course, using a video card, right? Through USB, and I have the NDI scan converter, pulled it up, right, connected right there, pull it up, and that is what's bringing it in. and that's what's bringing that, right? So I also have it connected to my laptop. So if you look right here, you will see this laptop right here, and this is an M1, MacBook Pro M1, 8 GB RAM M1. So the way you do it is once you have your NDI scan converter, which is part of the NDI tools, downloaded and installed, you'll simply open QuickBooks, and you open QuickBooks and you'll be able to detect that camera because it's connected to it. And on the other computer that you're streaming from, you just look for that specific computer on your streaming computer, and he finds it, and you just show it, and it will display that same content up here. So that is what is cool about the setup, and that's what I did also from the back setup, even though that is very, very far away from me. To be honest with you, I have another computer back there that you guys cannot see. I do have a different desk completely there, and right there, that camera, actually what it's doing is I have also that camera GH5 connected, and I have NDI tools, scan converter pull on there, and wirelessly pull it up on this computer right here. So that is how I'm able to connect it and have all these coming in. Of course, the desk itself, everything you're looking at, I know a lot of folks will be wondering, okay, what type of computer can be powering all this type of things? Well, I do have the M1 Mac Mini, right? The M1 Mac Mini on my desk right here. You can see it. I do have my water bottle, right? You got to drink while you're doing the stream.
Yeah, you do have to drink while you're doing the stream. That's what I'm doing over here while you're doing all the talking. I love it.
Exactly. So I have my M1 right here, which is connected to, this is not a monitor. This is a Vizio 55-inch TV, right? I prefer having the bigger screen, and it just powered to that connected. And my 16 gig M1 Mac Mini is a breeze because it's just handling all those things, right, with no problem, which is something that I truly appreciate. So those will be how I'm bringing all of those cameras into my same system wirelessly using NDI technology, which is available to anybody to get. As a matter of fact, besides the mobile application that you will pay for, the actual application software per se that you download to your computer is 100% free. So all you have to do is simply put in your information, your email, and different things like that, and boom, you will have that email to you, and that is good to go. I'm looking at some folks saying this is the first time I'm seeing my behind the scenes. That's true. I don't really show my behind the scenes. Hey Bishop, what's going on? I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys chiming into the comment section. Yeah, I don't usually go around and do my behind the scenes like that, and that's why I was excited whenever I was asked to come and showcase.
Man, I think what you have here is cool. I
appreciate that.
Yeah, man, you got it. One last question for you. What piece in there do you like the best? What's your favorite piece, software, hardware that you're using in your setup right now?
Well, for me, that question separates in two things, right? And that is coming from my background as a cinematographer. I say one thing. My image that you're looking at here, I can only achieve this because of lighting, right? If you're a cinematographer, videographer, you know lighting with that you can do amazing things. And if you know anything about professional videography, you will know that the more light you have, the better set you are. So one thing that I really love about my studio here is my lighting, right? So earlier you saw that I showed you right here on this top shot, right? Right here I showed you have these two right here. So I do have on my left right here, I do have Aperture Amaran 200D, right? That I have right there paired with a 34-inch softbox from Newer. And then on my right-hand side, I have my SLW also paired. This one is a 36-inch softbox. And one thing that is important in a studio in order to get the best look is have your professional light, and don't use the traditional, lights in your room, the ones on the ceiling type of thing. Don't use those because they're not meant for video. There's a difference between a professional video light and just ambient, light bulb for your room and things like that. And also video, photography light. Those are different things. So these are video lights. And if you look here at the very top, you will see that dome right there at the very top of my head, right? That dome is another another aperture light that I have at the very top, and that is paired with 34-inch, and that is aperture Amaran 100D. So it's just standing on this C stand right on my right hand side with some extension rods, and I connected it doing the top down straight to me. So that is what is giving me this, light straight down to me here, and that's lighting me. And my entire studio is turned off. There's no ambient light turned on beside these three. And of course, you do have those background strip light on my wall right there. And if you look right there, I do have that light right there on my shelf. As you can see, that's doing like a cross with the globe light. Those are from Govee, which you can control with your phone, right? And change the colors as you see fit, depending on the mood or whatever stream you're doing. And those are pretty cool because you can do anything you want, and because they're meant for video, right? When you have the bokeh effect, it doesn't really intrude into your show, your presentation or your studio visual. So that is pretty cool. So that will be one thing I'll tell you that I personally love about my studio is I have more than enough light to power my stream, and that is giving me everything I'm looking for. The next thing I'll tell you is my stream deck, which a lot of you guys have. I'm able to switch all this and go back and forth using my stream deck, which is making my life a whole lot easier. Some people have 2, 3 paired with other things. I just have one right here on my desk, and this one is one that I appreciate. Is right next to me right here.
Is that the XL or that's the XL 15 button?
No. The 15 button, yep. This is the 15 button, and I have multiple, folders that are giving me multiple shows. Of course, if you know how to use it,
right?
The 15 becomes multiple shows, not just 15 buttons. So that's how I'm using it, and it's been plenty enough for me. I am happy with everything that I have in the studio, and of course, you don't need the Rodecaster Pro. But the Rodecaster Pro changes a lot.
Oh my God, it's a game changer. Yes, it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so much you can do with your Rodecaster. It's just amazing. And if you see right here, you see that the stream is on that TV right there. So I have that right there. I monitor it, right? At the same time, I don't have to turn my head. But whenever I have a guest and they're speaking, when I put it full screen on them, little tip is and I'm like, okay, we're good. It's still good because it's so large. And on this computer right here, right, I have 2 things happening, right? I have my restream and my different online things happening right here, right? Because this is actually connected. If you see, I can move this window over here, as you can see. Right?
I like that.
So I have these 2 connected here. And on the right-hand side, as you can see, this is my Roku, right? As you guys know, I have my Roku TV application. So that's how I monitor my Roku. And that's why I have my Roku actually connected through a video card to this computer. So that is how I'm able to do things like this, where you see me on my show and I'll be telling you, go download my Roku TV application, shameless plug.
Right.
But honestly, that is how I'm able to do that. Because I did receive this question quite a bit where people are wondering, how are you able to pull it on your Roku TV application? Well, this is how I'm able to pull it. Still using the NDI technology, still having the Roku plug into one of the USB-C that is giving it power, and plug into a video card, just like you use any video card to connect your camera and becomes a webcam. So that is actually reading it on my computer as a webcam, right? And if you see, this is what's cool about it, because you are able to actually access. I just press play. So as you can see, we're live on Roku. That's why you have that effect. It's triple because we're live on Roku at the same time. And that is cool because the reason why I'm talking about this is you can really show a lot of things like this, presentation or what have you, different things, tutorials and all of that using this approach. And honestly, this is amazing. Like, this will transform your life if you're able to use these technologies like that. If you have a different laptop or different things like that, and you want to bring in these type of things, once you understand and you start using this technology like that, it will be fantastic. So in a nutshell, that is how I have everything set up in my studio.
I love it. Let me do this really quick because I know we got some questions I want to get to. But before we get there, JP, man, that is awesome. People that are trying to get into streaming, he has explained it from A to Z, his setup, and I want to thank you for being a part of Behind the Stream with Ecamm. Man, that was awesome, brother. I appreciate you being able to go through that and knowing everything that's there. I want to take a minute really quick to go back through the people that are in. So we got James Hicks, love the show. Great catching you guys live. Miss Jill, so happy that you're hanging out here with us. Blind Guy, his wife, their life. Thanks for always bringing the goodness at JP HIGHTEK. So he's on. Great tips, Jill says. Dopeness from Steve Worthy. First time I'm actually catching behind the scenes of JP, so it's cool for people to be able to see what you're looking at back there. So does Bishop Oliver. Man, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Awesome, JP. And I have I like the setup. Pretty cool. Crisscross Champions. He loved the hat.
Yeah, yes, let's go. New York hat. Yeah, you guys are awesome.
And you got to this one as far as your recommendation for, let me see, a list. No, you didn't. We didn't get to this. So this is the first question. Do you have a list of recommendations of equipment for beginners looking to get into live streaming?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, I do. I do have that. So all you have to do simply connect with me and I'll provide you guys. Anybody looking for that, I actually do have that because I do get those questions quite a bit. Just connect with me. I'll provide you with that list. 100% free, right? It's nothing you're paying for. And that will help you be able to, have a professional studio setup for beginners and just grow from there. So, of course, connect with me, jphightech.com, or email me, connect@jphightech.com, and you will get it, anytime.
That's what's up. And then Chris had this question, what kind of chair? And so did Blind Guy, his wife, their life. Ask about the chair that you have. That's no average gaming chair, sir.
Honestly, I don't even remember the brand of this chair. I've had it for I believe 2 years before I bought my house here. I can't seem to remember the brand, but I promise you guys, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back into everything. I bought it from Home Depot, right? This is a Home Depot Dex chair, Dex/gaming chair, but extremely comfortable. I've tried the other ones, the slim ones. I'm just like, I need an executive chair, right? And this, when I bought it about 2 years ago, cost me about $450. And it's been great. It's comfortable. It leans back and all of that. And I can personally, since I do video editing and graphic design and branding work, I can sit down for hours, right? Literally hours. Or if I'm developing an application, you can be on there for 12 hours straight, right? And I needed something because I started having back issues, and I needed something that will help sustain and keep me healthy. And this has done the trick. Sorry that I can't remember the brand because I've had it for a minute, but I'll definitely look for it. And if I find it, I'll put in the description, send you guys that so that you guys can know.
JP, those were great questions. I appreciate you talking about the chair, or even the guys bringing it up. So as we talk about streaming and we talk about the setup for streaming, there's two things that kind of stand out from what you do streaming wise. And then first is the chair. As you can tell, I'm in a chair, but of course the chair is not visible. The other thing is you're wearing the headset. So you have your headset on, and I actually have these earpieces. Can you tell me, we talked about the chair a little bit, and this has a function for you to be healthy and to be able to sitting something as you're editing and you're working at that desk for a long period of time. The functionality of that chair. What about your earphones? Can you tell me
great
why
question.
You would go that route with your earphones as well?
Yeah, great question. I used to use the same similar slick earphone like the one you have, right? The one that slicks to the ear, just like that, goes to the back. The issue that I personally had was that, one, the volume of the audio wasn't enough for me. It wasn't surrounding. There's something called, the surround sound experience, right? It wasn't surrounding. Either when I bring it up, it would just be hurting my eardrums, or it just wasn't doing it for me. I want the sound to, I want to feel like I'm submerged by the audio. So that didn't work for me. I went ahead and got these. These are the Cowin, right? Cowin, Cowin Pro. And these are on Amazon. And these are actually, I didn't know about them until I discovered them. These are actually professional audio headset monitors. So you can mix audio with it. And so I wanted something professional that had, sound dampening as well, right? And you don't have a lot of bleeds or anything like that. And it doesn't hurt your ear whenever you're using it for X amount of time. So to be honest with you, it will start hurting me a little bit after 6 hours, that's a plenty of time, right? Having headphones on your head compared to a lot of other headphones that I've had. And this works. And the one thing that I love about these headphones is that you can get this for less than $100. As a matter of fact, last time I checked, it's around $60, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. And the great thing about it is you can connect two devices, right? Bluetooth, two devices on there. And if I turn right here, I have volume control on my actual headset. You can control your volume directly on it, and you can use it as a Bluetooth to pick up phone calls. So you can connect this to your smartphone, right? And then to your computer. So as you're working, somebody calls you, you can actually receive it straight here and pick it up, versus taking it off and picking up your phone, because it does have a microphone inside of here as well that you can use to speak to whoever's calling you. So those are the reasons why I picked this specific headphones on, and they just been great for me. Of course, knowing that they come in different colors, they come in red, black, blue, white, and other colors. Picking up the red works for my brand, so that's why I have it, and it's been really, really nice. Now, talking about that, there's something else that I have on my desk here that a lot of folks usually talk to me about is, let me go ahead and wake this up, is this little gadget right here. And this is, cell phone, not cell phone, but headphone holder. The cool thing about this is that it's not just a holder. It also has, lights on there that you can use as a RGB for the folks that love RGB. As you can see, I just turned it on. And the cool thing is it also has two USB right there. All right. It does have two USBs. And these are awesome because if I were to go here, it does have two USB, as you can see right there. And so if you want to charge anything on your desk, you can just plug two USBs right there, and it will charge your phone for you or whatever USB device you have. That is amazing because now, instead of just being a regular headphone holder, now is a smart headphone holder. Has RGB colors that you can, program and set. And on top of that, you can charge your stuff with it. So that is one thing that I love about that. So that's what I have that paired with my headphones, and I couldn't have gone better. Yes,
that's
sir.
cool. Like there's a way to do it, and then there's a JP HIGHTEK way to do it, right? I love it. Yeah, right? I love it. So yes, I have another question. I am Tall Boy says, what did you use to slide tabs from one monitor to the other? So he was asking a question about earlier when you were displaying your computers and you actually went from one computer to a monitor that was on your desk. Can you explain that setup one more time?
Absolutely. So actually what I'm using, right, to connect this right here, this monitor, and I'm able to slide it, like he said, and I'm able to slide it from one screen to the other, just like this. I'm using Thunderbolt to HDMI. And this is from Amazon, right? Thunderbolt to HDMI cable. And those are not expensive from Amazon, and that's what I have. So what I have is simply have the HDMI from the TV, right, plug into the Thunderbolt cable right here. I'm pretty sure you can see that HDMI cable hanging right here. That's what I'm using. And so I'm using that connected into the HDMI receiver port of the Thunderbolt cable, and the Thunderbolt is going to the back of my iMac, and that is allowing me to actually connect this screen. And that is the same thing that I've done for this top-down shot as well. This TV as well, that's the same thing that I did right here. So I love those little cables, and those I actually have it on my other desk setup that I have right there. I do have another iMac right there as well, allow me to do those things. So phenomenal things that you can do. So I'm excited about it.
And great question, Tall Boy. I am Tall Boy. Thank you for chiming in and being here with us today. No matter where you are, if you're watching this, just hit us up in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. JP HIGHTEK is a brand expert. He is a cinematographer, or did I say that right? Or is it?
That is correct. That is correct.
And you also have a business with Roku. That it's just doing so much, man. I absolutely love the fact that you have done some conferences already. This year, like you decided, hey, I want to do this, so we're going to do a conference, and you are supporting other streamers and helping streamers kind of learn the economy behind being a streamer, which is, I think, is one of the questions that everybody has when they get into this. Okay, I want to stream. How do I make money streaming? And you actually have, from what I know about you, several streams of income as a businessman, and also use streaming as a part of that to monetize what you're doing as far as your skills and efforts in the streaming space. Could you explain some of that, kind of unpack, your mindset behind how you're monetizing what you do?
Absolutely. Great question, man. Great question. And this is something that a lot of folks always want to understand is how can I actually make money with my stream or as a streamer? Well, one of the ways you can make money is by the way, well, first of all, the foundation of everything is important, is the way you position yourself. So the question is, how do you want to position yourself, right? In the streaming industry, there's a lot of ways that you can make money. The question is, which one will be for you, or which one do you want to use in order to put it out there? One way is to become a remote streamer, right? For companies, churches, organizations, and what have you. Remote streamer, meaning you will produce events for people, right? And when I say event, I'm talking about conferences. I'm talking about private streaming shows and different things like that, right? For companies, you can do that. But you have to position yourself. When I say position, is if you do not actually put it out there on your branding, on your website, on your platforms, and what have you, that you actually offer those services, people will not know that you do. The fact that you're actually streaming doesn't mean that you can do it for other people, right?
That's right.
Because whenever it comes out to doing it for other people, it changes the conversation. Meaning, okay, a lot of folks will ask me, okay, well, how much do I charge, or what is the charging structure? Those are the type of things that we help people with. But I'll tell you one thing is, start understanding that, okay, if you're going to handle the entire production, including the graphics, that's a different fee, right? Charge differently for your graphics, charge differently for the actual production. And remember that the time, how long the stream will be matters, right? If it's going to be a 3-day conference, well, 3-day conference cannot be the same price as a 2-hour stream or 3-hour stream. So it depends on what you're doing, right? And also, whenever you're charging, remember that couple of things got to be part integral of that. Meaning, if for example, you use an Ecamm, well, you have your interview time that's going to be sucked out. Right. So make sure that you charge that into your pricing, making sure that after that you can just replenish your interview time, right? That's one. Second, make sure that pays for your monthly subscription of Ecamm if you're using Ecamm, for example, right? That's very important. Be smart about it, right? If it's $40 the pro, well, put it in there, right? The software you're going to use is $40, right? Put it in there. How much does it cost a month to replenish let's say 20 hours, right, of your interview time? Put it down there. Now, if you're going to do graphics, right, for how many people are you going to do the graphics? Okay, think about that. Okay, whenever you're going to do that, okay, how much will be fair for you? What's your worth to creating graphics for every single speaker, lower third, whether it's animated or not animated, right? And individual speakers, where you have, like right now on this stream show, you see I'm with Strick right now. We're speaking and he's switching to me by myself, and we have different angles. That is also something you want to factor in, right? Put all that down. Then, right, how much is your company going to profit off of this? Very important, all right? Are you even thinking about your company? That's very important, right? Think about that. You will be using electricity, right? Think about that, right? Please think about those things. You're using internet. Your internet you're using has to be high bandwidth. You can't use any type of internet. So factor those things into it. Okay, when I'm doing it, when my company, when we're doing remote production for companies, those are the things we think about before we give them a price. And whenever you itemize all those things and you give it to them on the invoice, they understand why it's going to be $600, why it's going to be $1,200, right? Why it's going to be $500 because of all those things. Because remember, they're relying on you for you to be successful, for their stream to be a success. They're relying on you. So something like having a power bank, right? Where whenever you lose electricity, it still gives you, I have one right here, it still gives me up to 4 hours. So even if right now we were to lose power, I'm still connected, right? Those things, you want to think about it and chart that into. So that's just one thing.
Listen, those are some great things for people to be thinking about. Great ideas, great advice. I have to stop you, JP, because if you give any more information, I'm gonna have to pay you. You know what I'm saying? That is some good stuff. Even the power bank. I mean, I just think if you're a streamer, those are things that you want to be mindful of, especially if you're in an area that maybe is common for your power to go out. Overthink. Think about everything, right? Think about everything that you can possibly do. So I am Tallboy said here that he's out of the ATL. What's up to you? He says, I'm a vMix guy, PC guy, but I'm learning now about the Mac users role, how we roll. So let me say this. I could talk about being a Mac user, but dude, you got like 7 computers in your studio right now. Why go that direction with the Mac? Like, why are you a Mac user?
Good question. I used to be hardcore PC because remember, I'm a developer. So PC for us developers is the go-to computer to develop, write the code for applications, and build those things out. However, one thing happened to me once where I got tired of paying for antivirus. A virus got into my computer and ate up a lot of my project.
Wow.
That day was a decisive day for me because I have big project. And if you know anything about writing code or spending 3 days building something and having a crazy virus, even though you have an antivirus, doing any damage to your stuff, yeah, you're not going to be able to sit well with that. So that is one big thing that, I decided to switch to Mac. Oh my God. One thing is, if you're doing any graphics, there's a reason why Mac is the standard in not any, but most video production photography studios, because it delivers. When we're talking about calibration, image calibration, right? It stays true to the image colors when you buy the IMAX, and the speed of it is amazing. Right. Also, whenever you purchase a computer, you want to think about the long run, right? Versus a PC. The PC might be more affordable than the Mac, but in the long run, in the lifespan of those two, which one lasts longer?
That's right.
My Mac always outlasts my PC, so that made me transform all my workflow into having a Mac. Now, on top of that, talking about the ecosystem, right? From my phone to my computer to my tablet, now you buy into an ecosystem where whenever I'm working and I have to post something on IG or anything like that, I just share it from my computer to my phone.
Right.
Which is very hard to do with a PC computer, right?
It's not hard to do. I don't know that you can do it.
It's actually impossible, right? Exactly. Now, again, I love PC, but I'm talking about what can make my life easier, right? And I have fast turnaround. Whenever my company, we handle social media for a lot of clients that we have on retainer. We are posting things fast. We're doing a lot of stuff. So we want to keep the resolution the same, whether it's on the mobile or on the computer. So being able to just share it to my tablet, boom, and upload it somewhere else to my phone, and I'm gone. Or, a video edited and send it to my client, right? Because they also have an iPhone and they can have that real quick bounce. That is just amazing. The turnaround, just amazing. And I can actually travel with a lot of my data, my settings the same way on my laptop, my MacBook Pro, as it is on my desktop computer. That's phenomenal. Right. So that is why I'm using Mac, and honestly, I don't see myself going back.
I went to the Mac store yesterday. and one of the workers there showed me how to go into my settings and press a button. It shows me like every item or every hardware that I have listed on my Apple ID. I didn't even know I had some of these things still listed there, but I am in the ecosystem with Mac as well, being able to go from my iPod to my MacBook Pro to my phone. You just cannot beat that. You just really cannot beat that. They have it sewn up of how you're able to move files around very quickly. That being said, I do want to stop really quick one more time, JP, to acknowledge Walter Strong for hanging in with us tonight. He says,
"Hey, what's good, Walter?"
JP. We also have Gary Jones. Good stuff. He was talking about some of the things that how you were explaining it. Everything he said is on point. This is exactly what I think about in pricing as a remote producer. So big shouts out to you. I am Tall Boy, and then Blind Guy, his wife, their life. He's able to discuss monetization on Roku. Yes, we're going to get right to that. And then some very strong points on the Mac, JP. I mean, there's no way of getting around it, right? The Mac is what it is. For years, people would say, well, Macs just cost so much. But when you would put the specs up against a PC specs, guess what? The PC would cost the same as the Mac.
Yep.
You know, people didn't know that. Like, if you're trying to get a laptop, and you say, well, I want to get a laptop with this MacBook Pro cost so much. Well, let's go to the specs. And if you got a laptop with the same specs as the MacBook Pro, guess what? They were going to be similarly priced. But the PC, as you said, didn't last as long. The virus thing, where you didn't have all of that with the Mac products, and when you now can integrate that with your phone, it's just a no-brainer. It's just a no-brainer.
I mean, the ecosystem kind of, trumps over everything you can imagine. And I also wanted to go ahead and jump in. I see a question from Blonde Guy, his wife, their life. He said, is he able to discuss monetization with Roku? Right. Absolutely. This is a big thing that a lot of folks are not aware of. I was humble enough to be part of the developing team for a project called RTN Streams, right? And they are sponsors as well on my show. And whenever you use RTN Streams, which is what I'm using personally to power my Roku, now the monetization aspect of it is that content creators can actually sign up for RTN Streams and use RTN Streams to create Roku applications for other people. Right?
I like that.
Let me say that again. You can sign up for RTN Streams with one account and be able to create Roku TV applications for other people that are not willing to do the hard work, right? And you do not need to code anything. Our team made it so easy that if you know how to use YouTube, if you know how to upload a video to YouTube, put a thumbnail and different things like that, then you will know how to use RTN Streams. So what the team does at RTN Streams is they will create the dashboard, right, for the Roku application for you. So let's say, for example, I signed up with RTN Streams with my account, and I have a church, businesses, or what have you, different people that are looking to get on TV. Guess what? Now I can open a business, or I can list that among my business services, saying that we're creating Roku TV application for businesses and churches or what have you, right? For a fee. And the good part is there's a one-time fee and there's a recurring fee for them to have the CDN account. Because in order to have a Roku TV application, you need to have something called a CDN account. You can just host your videos on YouTube and you create a Roku TV application with that. It doesn't work, right? They need to have a CDN account, and that's what you're getting with RTN Streams. And as people are hosting their videos on your CDN account, then you charge them a fee for them to keep it there. So now not only you created it for a fee, now you have the recurring fee going into your bank account every month because they're holding their content on your CDN account, right? That is phenomenal. And you do not need to know any coding or anything like that. That is another way where content creators are making money by using this technology and helping other people that necessarily do not have the time or the expertise or the knowledge to actually sit down and create it for themselves. And believe it or not, there's several people that are now willing to do the job themselves. And that's what RTN Streams team will back you up and do that for you. So again, if you're looking for the link, it's simply rtnstreams, right? .com, rtnstreams.com. Go check it out. Very, very amazing things. So that is one way to also monetize as a content creator. We're talking real money, because if you go to a church, your church right now, and tell them that I can help you guys get on TV, right? You can have your own Roku TV application. They're going to ask you how much you charge.
Right.
That easy. And if you look at, and we're not just talking about, because you can go on Fiverr also and get a Roku TV application creator for you, but I guarantee you, you're not going to get the features that you get from RTN Streams. That's one. Second, the great thing about RTN Streams that I love is, again, guys, I've gone to the Fiverr route. One thing that I love from RTN Streams is that you can actually go change the thumbnail of the video anytime you want. You can go and change the title of the stuff anytime you want. I just showed you on my Roku TV application right now. And the great thing is, for the folks that do not know, with Roku, you have two types. You have the direct publisher type, and then you have the SDK. The SDK Roku applications are the ones that's going to cost you $5,000, $10,000, right? The great thing with RTN Streams is they have a proprietary system where they've merged both direct publisher and SDK. They put that together. So you're not gonna get the basic layout of direct publisher, because if you look at the a lot of those cheap ones that you get from Fiverr and all of that, it's just one line of videos. It doesn't look very elegant. Now, if I were to show you mine that I pulled up earlier, if I go in, you will see that on my Roku TV application, right, on top you have my live stream, right? That's what you see on top. But if I scroll down right here, you see my videos. I have this playlist right here, and I have another playlist right there. I have my client reviews, right? And I have my conference video. I have content creators. I have other videos, right? And I have more and more. You have the search, about, and more stuff. You can create up to 10 custom categories on this and have this premium layout. What do I call premium layout? Well, it's called the Netflix look, right? If you like Netflix, the way the videos are, if you like Amazon Prime, the way the videos are, Hulu, the way the videos are laid out, that's the same layout you're going to get with RTN Streams. And you're not even going to pay $1,000. You're not even going to pay $500. That's how amazing that is. So people are looking for the premium look with some easy access features, because not everybody's a developer. And that is what RTN Streams have done. And a lot of people are taking advantage of it, not only for their own themselves and their businesses, but doing it for other companies, other organizations, and making money off of it. So that is one way that you can make money from your content.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Listen, don't start talking about Roku, because JP HIGHTEK is going to go there with you. I love his setup. If you guys need more details, again, Chris asked for the link. Chris Gloss asked for the link. RTN Streams, right?
That is correct. R as in Romeo, T as in Tom, N as in Nancy, streams.com. As easy as that.
There you go. Yep. And I want to shout out, it says Facebook user, but Jeremy Duncan, thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Hey, Jay Dunn. What's good?
Blind Guy, his wife, their life, is chiming in. Much appreciated for the Roku details. Y'all definitely hit up the RTN streams.com so you can get more information about how that all works. Right now, we have to be mindful of the changes in social media and the changes in how people are consuming information, even as more people are getting back to work. There are different ways that they're actually consuming the video streams now. Stay ahead of the curve as much as you can. We won't talk about it tonight, but I got to say this. Everybody that is thinking about the future of streaming, you got to be thinking about the metaverse and what that means to the streaming world as well. So I just want to throw that out there for you guys to be talking about it. I know it's something that Brant Collins is going to be talking a lot about, and I want people to be thinking about the future, because Facebook has laid it out. And there's tons of companies that are in the space, you want to figure out how you can get in the space as well. JP, man, you are a wealth of information when it comes to streaming. And I know in the time frame that we have, we couldn't talk about it all. You actually do coaching, you take on clients and all of that. If someone wants to connect with you to get more information about what they could do in their streaming life and even with monetization, how can they get in contact with you?
Oh, well, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. It's actually very easy, right, to connect with me. My name is on the screen, JP HIGHTEK. The website is jphightech.com. All you have to do is just go to jphightech.com, click on booking, and book a free meeting with me, a 30-minute free meeting. Let's connect. Let's talk, and let's see how we can help you or what you're thinking about. And then from there, we can help you. There's a lot that is into this. And there's a lot of ways to make money in this industry. But a lot of folks do not actually know what's available, how they can make the money. And that's what we do, right? We help you brand yourself correctly. We help you build the things, the infrastructure that you're needed, and having your, digital infrastructure built correctly is key in order for you to really impact. And when we're going to 2022, this is something I say everyone needs to think about. How do I actually elevate and really make tangible money from the things that I'm doing? And just getting the AdSense money from Google or YouTube is the last resort. That is the extra passive one. There's active ways that you can make it. And let's connect. Let's do it. Again, jphightech.com.
I love it. JP, man, thanks for coming on, doing double duty with me tonight. And everybody that's in the comments, thank you guys. Chris Gloss, Steve Worthy, man, thank you guys so very much. I had JP come on because my man Brant is out today. So JP was my co-host, and he actually was the guest, and he brought the goods tonight. So another great stream show. Again, thank you so very much, JP. Guys, I will see you guys next week. We have some more stuff coming up. Definitely something from IK Multimedia. We're going to be doing a giveaway next week.
Amazing.
Don't want to miss that. So again, thank you guys for hanging out with us. It is Sundays, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. You got the stream show with the stream guys. God bless you.
God bless. Bye.